My name is Steve Zizek. I work at Rosenthal Brothers Insurance. We are an insurance agency located up in Deerfield. We work with condo associations and other types of real estate all across the Chicagoland area. We insure several thousand condo associations across the area, both large and small. Yeah, my responsibility at Rosenthal Brothers is I'm the insurance agent. I'm really the main contact if I'm working with a management company. My main contact is the property manager who's working on a particular building, or it's with somebody on the board for an association that's self-managed. We insure associations on the smaller end of the spectrum as well as all the way on the larger end of the spectrum. Some of clients of mine, these self-managed associations, there was actually a time, where they'll contact me and say, hey, we've decided to pick up property management. We don't want to self-manage anymore, yada, yada. And I started noticing several instances connected, which I had not heard of before. Obviously this is going back a couple of years, was more and more present in that smaller market. So that's kind of how I got my introduction to Connected, was my existing clients going with them. For a lot of these smaller associations that kind of felt that they had nowhere to go in terms of management, especially with, if they're a smaller association, all these fees are, they kind of think they're in a dead end and they can't afford it and this and that. I now have a perfect, solution to them to at least suggest, hey, there is a lower cost management company that's kind of targeting your exact situation. So. And when I was first introduced to Connected, I could tell right away that they kind of had a competitive advantage. It was really the way they did business that impressed me. Their use of technology. I mean, every property management, big or small, property management company, big or small out there, I kind of feel does things pretty much the same way. They may deviate here a little bit, or the rates might be different, or what have you. But I really feel that Connected kind of implemented the use of technology, and obviously we're a technology-driven society, and these days people, with the social networking and this and that, I really think that Connected kind of was able to combine both at once. And I know they have this Condo Insiders website where all these condo unit owners can go ahead, and it's almost like a little online community. They can ask questions. It's a big resource to them. So to me, that really impressed me, and I also felt that, like Rosenthal Brothers, everybody likes to work hard and do well, and it's really how you treat your clients. And I think that that's what's most important, is at the end of the day, yes, are the services that you're promising getting done, of course, but that you're really treating the customer well. And I really feel that, unlike some management companies I've dealt with, Connected truly cares about, the associations they work with. If I lived in a smaller association, what would really attract me to Connected is, let's just use insurance as an example, is every year, they have a whole list of, when the insurance for every one of their associations comes up for renewal. Do they need to spend the time to, hey, if the insurance is in place, why not just keep it there and spend more time somewhere else? Well, no, they actually spend the extra time to be proactive and to come to me, let's say, and make sure, let's go shop it around this year. Let's make sure we're getting the best price that's out there for our client. Let's make sure, all the coverages are correct. Because, maybe there was a claim or something like that, and the insurance costs went up. Well, if you're with a management company that isn't going to be proactive, guess what? Your costs just went up. Your assessments may, follow suit. So I think it's really important that you have a management company that is proactive, not just in insurance, but in every kind of service that they provide. And I think that firsthand, obviously, they're proactive with insurance. They're the same way all across the board. One of my very close friends is either the treasurer or the president, I can't remember, of their association. It's smaller, 10, 15 units maybe. And he actually comes to me complaining that it's a second job for him. That, he volunteered his time to be on the board and to do this and that, and he likes that. But they're a self-managed association, and he just feels it's a whole separate job. He comes home from work or even while he's at work, he has to do all these things to help out his association, which is great, and that's what he, wanted to do. But it takes up a lot of time, takes up a lot of your own, possibly money and resources. The nice thing about going with a management company, specifically one that specializes in these smaller associations, is as an individual or as a board, if you're going out saying, okay, well, we do need to get insurance for our association, where could we do that? Well, I guess there's State Farm well, the nice thing about going with a management company is the management company, with insurance along with everything else, they can go to all these, industry professionals, if you will, that kind of specialize in each of these areas. And this is at no extra cost or no extra work to the board members. So if you ask me, would I be willing to pay the minimal fee that it is to hire a management company to spend all that time and effort finding all that? Absolutely. Like for the insurance, for example, the main relationship is Connected and Rosenthal Brothers. So when Connected signs up a new association, they don't get treated as just a meager 5-unit association that used to be self-managed. It's the buying power. The way we look at it is as well, this is an association that's managed by Connected. We do the insurance on, however, say 100 of their associations. Well, the negotiating power that we have with our underwriters is that much greater to say, hey, listen, this is a Connected property. Every management company that we've worked with, and we work with a lot, big and small, have those year-long contracts where, you're going to sign up with us, you're going to try us out for a year, we're promising you the world, but say 2 months into it, they don't really deliver, well, you're stuck. And I think that that's another great thing that separates Connected from their competitors, big and small, is that they have this month-to-month contract. So, here they are claiming we've got great customer service, we deliver this and that. First of all, every company does that. How are you really going to know until you actually try it out? You're not. So the nice thing about this is it's always kind of a test trial. The fact that it's month to month, you're basically saying, we're going to test you out and we can cancel at any time and get out of it at any time. Well, I can tell you first, I've heard from clients that have had other management companies that are not happy. But I hear it more times than not because management companies really do sometimes get a bad rep because, you may call it a cliche or whatever, but it happens. And so in those instances, that's a perfect referral to say, hey, guess what? I truly do know a management company that doesn't do that or won't do or does things differently. At which point, we do share a lot of the same clients. I hear the feedback is they are different. Great customer service, we call, they get things done, but they do things differently. As a new association or an existing association, that Connected has kind of had a proven record of success in this type of market, and that testimonials are out there. Testimonials are what they are, I guess, but you want to make sure you're with a company that is regarded highly in the community and really knows what they're doing. And I think another thing, some companies do large, they do small, they do this, they do that. Sometimes they might get away from what they're really good at doing. And I think that Connected is really kind of hammered, this is what we do good, or this is what we do well. And that's what they've stuck to. And that's why I think they're very successful.